Silver stacking is a distraction. There are many things in life that we can commit our time and energy and money towards. For some of us, it's pursuing collectible items, whatever they may be. For others, it could be building the absolute nicest hot rod we can to take down the road. And for some of us, it's enthusiastically following our favorite sports teams and all the branded merchandise that comes along with it. All of these things are hobbies. They're ways to spend our free time and our disposable income, but ultimately they are things to help us escape the day-to-day grind that us common people have to endure throughout our lives. Here in the West, we have plenty of ways to distract ourselves, whether it be a TV show or going out to eat every single night. But ultimately, distractions can be healthy for you or bad for you. But today I wanted to focus on silver and gold stacking, how it has significantly distracted me over the past year and a half, and how that distraction has changed my life for the better. Let's get into it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe as we push hard for 6,000 subs. Here lately, I've felt pretty distracted. As far as running this 49's Fine YouTube channel, I've ran into quite a bit of writer's block in regards to topics that I want to talk about that relate to silver and gold stacking. I've just felt distracted. And on top of feeling distracted, I'm kind of in a position right now where I can't stack a whole lot. I've got some money that's got to go towards other things, and it's impacted my ability to stack. So I haven't been able to make as many videos, and I haven't been able to stack nearly as much weight as what I would prefer in the past 2 to 3 months. And that's left me with a bit of an empty feeling. I haven't felt this way for quite some time, ever since I started silver and gold stacking. And that's when I realized this emptiness that I feel right now and the emptiness that I felt about 2 years ago is directly related to stacking. It's directly related to the fact that I wasn't stacking before and I'm not able to stack very much now. Now, whenever you hear the word distraction, sometimes there's a negative connotation around that word. But I think silver and gold stacking is a very, very healthy distraction. And it's really helped me stay focused on my stacking goals, stay focused on my financial goals, and it's put me in a significantly better position than I was financially before. In today's day and age, distractions are everywhere. There's constant noise and there's constant advertisement telling you which way to go. And in my personal experience, going down these heavily advertised paths hasn't ever really solved that kind of empty feeling that I've had at different points in my life. And with most distractions, they don't maintain their novelty forever. They don't stay fun forever. And at the end of the road, you're bored the way you were before and you're not any wealthier. But stacking is completely different. It is a healthy distraction. And no matter how much I do it, it never really does get old. From now and into the future, no matter how many maples I stack, each and every time I bring home a few more ounces, it's gonna feel just as good as the previous 10 purchases because I know I'm preserving my wealth and protecting myself financially over time. I feel that stacking has made me more organized. Ever since I started stacking, I'm thinking 2 or 3 paychecks ahead. How much needs to go to bills? How much needs to go towards other types of investments? And how much do I want to put towards metals to get closer and closer to my goals? It's got me thinking weeks, months, and even years ahead, and that has provided me a lot more structure and stability to my life. I already know, on any given month, I already know roughly how much is going to go towards metals. I already know how much I'm going to be able to save. And as payday draws closer and closer, the more excited I get to place that new order to get some more weight in my hands and my personal bank. Silver stacking has been such a distraction that I've quit a lot of the other costly hobbies that I've had before. I have less hobbies now that I've taken on silver and gold stacking, but I'm more fulfilled than I have ever been. In the past, I used to spend a decent amount on video games and upgrading my gaming computer and buying new graphics cards or sticks of RAM or new computer chips to make everything run faster. I used to put a lot of money into that, but it was an endless pursuit. There was always a a better product coming out within 6 to 12 months. There was always another upgrade that I could get. It was never good enough. And it's designed like that on purpose. Materialism here in the modern age is designed in a way to satisfy you for a very short amount of time and then dangle that new, shiny, higher performing product in front of your face just to tempt you into buying in again. And that's what we see with things like televisions. That's what we see with clothing and fashion. Fashion is always changing. There's always a new way to look. There's always pressure to fit in with the rest of the crowd. With electronics, it's always getting faster and more powerful. Oh, you need the newest camera on your phone, or you need the fastest computer parts and things of that nature. And it just never really ends. It's a constant pursuit into kind of a void. It doesn't really lead anywhere. It doesn't materialize itself in your life in a positive way. Whereas when you look at stacking, everything completely changes. I haven't bought a new computer part for well over a year and a half at this point, and I probably won't for another couple of years, so long as my computer is able to continue running so I can edit my YouTube videos. I'm not nearly as enthusiastic about my video game computer performance as I was before. More so, I'm focused on preserving wealth over time. In a traditional sense, saving sounds extremely boring. And in the American education system, that's all that we're told. The only sort of good advice it seems like we receive in public schooling is to save our money, quote unquote. But what does that even mean? Does that just mean leave portions of our paycheck inside of a digital banking account that's going to get killed by inflation over time? Does that mean driving up to the bank and withdrawing several $100s every time we get paid and sticking the cash under a mattress? We're not really taught a good way to save money when we're growing up in school. We're told save your money, get really good grades so you can get a really good job. And that's about the extent of how we're told to manage our money once we age into adulthood. And that sounds incredibly boring. And the reason it sounds boring is because it is boring. Cutting back on eating out and not getting the new flashy clothes and not driving the fancy car only to leave a bunch of cash to wither away and bleed to death due to inflation doesn't sound like a fun experience at all. And as a result, we get distracted. We get distracted by new products and services that are advertised to us through our cell phones, through our car radios, through billboards, through sales events at every single store that we walk into that run year round every single year. We get distracted, and then years go on and we don't have anything to show for it. But silver and gold stacking not only is a ton of fun, it's very, very addicting, and it's a great addiction to have. Up until just a few months ago, when I thought about my finances, all I was really thinking about was how much are my bills this month? How much am I going to get paid? And then I would do a little bit of math in my head and determine how many ounces of silver I'm going to be able to pick up that month. And that went on for over a year. And time flies when you're having fun. Next thing you know, I've got 100 ounces of silver, over 2 ounces of gold, and it's appreciated significantly in a very short amount of time. And as I've pursued silver and gold stacking, along with all the rewards and benefits that I've received because of it, I've lost interest in basic material things. I don't care about most products anymore. The longer I stack, the more and more I learn. So I've learned that not only have I had a healthy distraction for over the past year and a half, now that I happen to be in a position where money is pretty tight, I'm not able to put very much into metals right now or for the next several months for that matter. I found that I feel very empty. I feel like I'm not progressing financially, and I feel like I'm getting somewhat left behind, especially now that silver has hit up over $40 an ounce. At the end of May, we were sitting around 33, and I was only able to pick up about 10 ounces of silver in between June 1st and the end of August. So I've lost out on a lot of price gains because I've had to allocate money in other areas. And it's not like you're doing a bad thing if you have to pause your silver stacking journey. Sometimes things come up, expenses come up, and you have to pay for them, and that's just life. But what's interesting about this is this kind of emptiness I feel and this eagerness I feel to get back into it, to get back into stacking. The only pieces that I'm probably going to be able to to purchase for the remainder of the year is the 5-ounce Lunar Horse by Perth Mint and the 1/4-ounce gold Lunar Horse by Perth Mint. While the silver is a collective piece, the gold I'm not so stressed about because I know that with the way that gold moves, it's going to pay for itself within 3 or 4 months anyways. So that gold horse will most certainly be a part of my gold stack, whereas the silver horse will more so be a collective piece. But I know that's probably all I'm going to be able to stack for the remainder of the year, and that just has me feeling so eager to get back into the stacking game. I can't wait to be distracted by the new ounces that I want to pick up. I can't wait to be distracted by ordering that 20-ounce tube of kangaroos that I want to order. I can't wait for that. And all the while, silver price continues to rise and gold price continues to appreciate as well. Ultimately, our life is filled with distractions. There's a ton of noise these days. It's just up to us to pick which distraction are we going to allow to occupy our time. If it's going to be material goods, at the end of it, I've learned that you typically get left with nothing. 99% of material goods are superficial and ultimately don't add anything of value to your life, whereas silver and gold stacking is the exact opposite. Moral of the story, we've got a distraction that we've got to pick, and mine is gonna be stacking. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Stay safe, keep stacking. Peace.